Welcome to True North. I'm Kevin O'Brien, the General Manager here at True North, and we're about to take you on a tour of a very special golf course here. Myself and Jim Engh, the golf course architect, will give you a description of each of the holes and how to play those holes. So get ready for a great time. Jim Engh is one of the most talented and sought after architects in America. He was named Golf Course Architect of the Year by Golf Digest in 2003, and you're about to see why he is so recognized. True North is built on a special piece of land of over 100 foot of elevation changes. And when you take Jim's artistic ability and put that together, that's why we've got such a special combination here. And why Golf Digest named True North number 33 in America. So get ready for a great time and enjoy your tour.
I like to think that what we do is more dream building than golf course design, because everything about this place is a dream. First hole here at True North is hopefully a fun opener, and it's a different sort of look than some of the other holes out here, because it's plateaued in the fairway, and it's very plateaued in the green, and that's probably one of the unique aspects of it, is that we went with a little more green plateaus on this whole entire project than we normally have in the past. And as you can see, the fairway cut around the green adds for interesting little chipping areas and possibility for run-ups as well. Number two, we've got it's one of the big downhillers that we come through the valley. We carved out a big chunk of this valley and took the dirt and put it down over there, so we had a level spot for the green. And again, you see we carried a bit of the plateau green theme through. These bunkers here out in front are just a little devious because they're short of the hole, and you kind of, if you're going to lay up on this hole, you have to do a little maneuvering. So it's one of those points where the layup on a par 4 becomes interesting for some. The pond obviously comes well into play when the flag is left. We're on number 3. We call this the angry ocean look. It's got waves going all over. All the contours up by the green go in different directions, and fairways kind of cut in and around the green rather than right up to it. The grasses here are phenomenal with the flat area that we had. I know that Wayne, when he built this, went to a lot of work to get this area to drain properly so we could get this grass looking good. And I think Wayne reminded me we ran short on dirt just a little bit here, so the height of that green is a little lower than it was originally planned as, but the scheme is the same, and I think it fits in pretty well.
Number 4 at True North is what I'd call a hidden gem or a sleeper hole. And the reason I say that, you look at the scorecard and you think it can't be much as far as distance, but when you get to the tee, it plays much longer than the yardage. Your first shot, your tee shot, is an uphill shot that you must avoid a target bunker that's in the middle of the fairway. It's one of Jim Engh's signature pot bunkers surrounded by bluegrass. It's just beautiful to look at. Then your second shot, you play to an uphill green that's about 20 foot in elevation, so you need to take at least one more club to make sure you have the right distance to this hole.
Here we are, number 5, little par 3, actually big par 3. We were originally going to have a pond down below, and kind of decided against it. We think it has a nice look the way it is, and I guess we ended up with an ocean of red fescue grasses. So to me, the hole works well without the pond, and I kind of like it a lot. The framing is, you can see the saddle there, how it frames that little bunker. That's sort of an intentional look.
Okay. Number 6 at True North is a slight uphill dogleg left par 4. It's short, so it gives you a great opportunity to make a birdie here, but it's very important that you avoid the Jim Engh signature serpentine-like bunkers to the right. So make sure that you check your yardage before you hit your tee shot here. When you're hitting your shot in the green, it'll play 5 to 7 yards longer because of the uphill. Good opportunity for birdie.
Here we are, number 7. Number 7 is a par 5 that falls downhill dramatically, and it was kind of carved out from the face of a hill. We took the whole green complex, put a pond by it, and kind of reversed the fall of the land down there, so you have a flat area to hit to from way up here, and then threw in what I like to call a fissure bunker. They're long and thin and deep and gnarly, and this is probably a good example of where you can see one the best, and it might help to explain the rest of the bunkers on the course, so that when you see the bumps and the fissure look, but can't necessarily see the sand. Well, this is what you can expect down in the bottom of those.
One of the unique features at True North is its back-to-back par 5s on holes number 7 and number 8. Hopefully you did well on number 7 because number 8 is one of the more challenging and toughest holes here at True North. It plays 60 to 70 yards longer than its yardage because of the elevation change of 75 feet from tee to green. My suggestion here is that on your second shot you take more club as far as going from a 3-wood to a 5-wood so that you get more height on your shot. It'll actually go further. The other thing is when you hit your shot on the green you need probably 2 clubs extra. It plays that much uphill. Good luck, and par is a great score on this hole.
Number 9, we've got the first hole going out and the 9th hole coming back to the clubhouse, which is always nice. We've got a great little pond that comes into play here on the 9th hole, also serves as our irrigation pond, and preserved a couple little islands out in the middle of it for not only for the visual aesthetics with the trees, but also so birds have a place to hang out and kind of promote wildlife around here. Number 10, we've got a little par 3 here that kind of plateaus up in the middle with the green and then falls away on both sides, and another one of our fissure bunkers off to the right side of it. So the green does contain those, so if you hit anywhere near the green surface you're going to be in great shape. Everything else feeds just a little bit away. A little bit of spice here because we do want to have a few of these plateaus up here for everybody.
Number 11, this short but dramatic par 4 drops 80 feet from tee to green, which makes for a great vista as you're standing the tee. But don't get caught up in the views. You still have to pull off a good tee shot. Jim Engh does leave you more room to the right, so you want to hit it to about 100 yards or so into the green. Your second shot in the green, make sure you play off to the right-hand side. There's a sideboard of the green where everything will kick left and it takes the water and trouble out of play. Number 12, a par 5. A hole that gives you a different feel than anything else in the course with real openness and the meadow behind the green. This is a 3-shot hole for most golfers. For those of you who think you can tackle it in 2, you want to carry the left side of that left bunker. Those that you aren't going for it in 2, you really want to check your yardages. There's 3 fairway bunkers. You need to avoid those or you're sure to make bogey. It may be a hole where you don't hit driver off the tee so you can avoid at least 2 of those bunkers. Your second shot should be to the left. There is an alternate fairway to the right, but it's very small. And then your third shot in the green is an elevated green where you want to add 5 to 10 yards into this shot. Make sure you check your green or the hole location here because it is a very deep green. True North, one of the unique features True North is that it has 5 par 5s and 5 par 3s. Number 13 is the 4th of the par 3s and by far the most exhilarating, as you hit down from a 35-foot elevation change with water on the right-hand side. The key here is picking the right club, and then how much do you want to bite off. If that hole location is to the right side, the safe play is to the left. But you can be challenged and go to the right. It's one of those shots when it's in the air, it is so exhilarating. When you see it hit the green, you're saying thank you, and move on and breathe again. Number 14 is a moderate length par 4 that is fun to play. The tee shot especially, it's a very wide fairway here and the ball kind of funnels back to the center of the fairway. When you hit this shot, you really would ideally like to be on the right side. It gives you a better view of the green with a large pine tree protecting the left side of this green. There is a fairway bunker to the left, so check your yardage if you can reach that or not. When you're hitting your second shot in the green, it is downhill, so it'll play about 5 yards shorter. Just check your location here as far as the hole, and you do not want to miss it to the right here. Number 15, the shortest par 4 on the golf course, but don't be fooled by the yardage. It's really important that you pick the right club off the tee so you have that full shot into the green. The mistake a lot of people make is they try to hit driver and hit it real close to green, and it's a very difficult 50, 60 yard shot to an elevated green. One thing Jim Engh does do though is he gives you more room to the right than it looks. There's fairway hidden behind the hillside with the native grass on the right-hand side. Once again, a very tough green to putt on. You get above the hole and it's very tough to 2-putt here. Number 16 at True North is the final par 3 of the 5 that you play here. This golf hole is so important that you pick the right club and hit it on the right spot. It's a very severe 2-tier green, and if you're on the wrong tier, it's sure to be a 3-putt. Par is a good score at this hole. Number 17 is a mid-length par 4, 400 yards from the back tee and 344 from the blue tees. Key here is staying on the right side of the fairway. Left side, everything does kick left, so you've got to be careful that doesn't come into play. Your shot in the green, this is a two-tier green, meaning that there's one tier to the right that is lower and then one on the left. It's very important that you're on the right tier if you want to have an opportunity to make birdie here. This is a great chance to make birdie before you come in on the finishing hole. You're almost finished. You come to the 18th hole and hopefully you've saved some energy because you have many decisions to make and choices here on 18. It is the ultimate risk-reward hole. Let's start off first. It's a 575-yard par 5 if you play it down the right side from all the way back, 532 from the blues, 45 from the whites, and 434 from the golds. Or you can play it up the left side, which plays about 90 yards shorter. The key here is playing it left is you must carry a bunker, a large bunker, and stay on the left-hand side. If you do, you'll have anywhere from 210 to 175 yards in. Basically a long par 4. But you must pull off the tee shot and then your second shot is overall in the native. If you go up the right side, it's a funnel-shaped fairway that's beautiful to look at. The key here is when you hit your second shot, you hit it as far as you can because there's a mound that blocks that green. If you don't get out there far enough, it's a blind third shot to an elevated green of about 30 feet of elevation. Both choices are ones that if you've got a wager going with your friend, will make it very interesting finishing hole. Thank you for taking our tour of True North. It's pretty special, isn't it? The vistas and the views are spectacular throughout, even as you see behind me. All 18 holes are something that are very memorable that you'll walk away from. And that's why you need to see it in person. Come visit us, whether it's for a day of golf or staying on property at our new cottages that are 4-bedroom units that are delightful to stay in. Our restaurant, the Compass Room, does a wonderful job. And if you're just in the Harbor Springs area, which has so many choices of restaurants and activities to visit, it's a worthwhile trip coming to Northern Michigan and True North. Something you won't forget.
I have no doubts it's going to be one of the top new courses in the country.